Hello, welcome to Higher Ground Gaming. This is Eric, and I have my co-host Brody with me, and Mr. Brody, and we're going to be doing a game between the 2010 and 11 Philadelphia Flyers visiting the St. Louis Blues. We'll be playing from the Scottrade Arena. I think it's a Scottrade Arena. Scottrade Center in St. Louis. And the Philadelphia Flyers were finished in first place with 106 points in the Atlantic Division in the Eastern Conference. Record of 42-23 with 12 overtime losses for 106 points. And the St. Louis Blues finished fourth in the Western Conference Central Division with a record of 38-33 with 11 overtime losses and 87 points. So two pretty good teams. Especially the Flyers, very good. This is a game from October 9th. Another game. We just did a game from October 9th recently. So check that out. Trying to think of who it was between. I can't think of offhand who played in that one. But anyway, hold on here. I got it right here. No, actually I don't. But anyway, it's in the playlist for the Inside the Crease Hockey 2010-11 season. So alright, so let's get this game underway. So alright, so the starting lineup for the Philadelphia Flyers is going to be Scott Hartnell at left wing, Matt Carley, the defenseman, at left defense, Jeff Carter center, Braden Coburn, the right defenseman, and Danny Briere, the right wing. And in net for Philadelphia will be Brian Boucher. That's how you pronounce it. For the hometown St. Louis Blues, gonna head Jay McClement at left wing, Barrett Jackman at left defense, Patrick Berglund the center, Alex Pietrangelo, that's it, Pietrangelo at right defense, and David Backes at right wing. So these games aren't too hard to pronounce. And in goal will be Jaroslav Halak. So that's your starting lineup for the Philadelphia Flyers and the St. Louis Blues. So let's drop the puck and get the game underway. So alright, face-off will go to the visiting Philadelphia Flyers. It's going to go over to the right defenseman Coburn. He'll pass it back to Carter. Carter will get a great shot off on Halak. And it's going to be saved and held by Halak. So it'll be a face-off to the right side of Halak. Alright, so the face-off will go to the Flyers again. This time it'll go to Coburn again. And it's going to be a takeaway by McClement for the Blues. I'll pass it over to Jackman. Jackman will get a weak shot off on net. And Boucher will make the save. I'll leave it for the right defenseman Coburn. Take it up the ice, passes it over to Carter. And let's see, it's going to be intercepted by Pietrangelo. And he'll pass it over to Jackman. He will in turn pass it over to, there'll be line changes. So pass it over to Boys, the right wing. Right winger. And he'll give it away. And Richards will get it for the Flyers. No breakaway. And it'll be taken away by McDonald for the Blues. Who in turn it'll be taken away by Artellis for the Flyers. And Kolesiakovo will force the dump in. And there'll be a loose puck battle. And loose puck battle is going to go to Richards. So Richards will pass it over to O'Donnell. And he'll give it away. And it's going to be a breakaway by Oshie, the left winger, for the, not Yoshi, but Oshie, for the St. Louis Blues. And he will get a shot off. So actually, yeah, because it's a breakaway, he'll get a shot 5. And it's going to be a goal. So a shot by Oshie, breakaway by Oshie, and a goal, which is a 1-21. So St. Louis will get on the board first. So since it was a breakaway, I believe that is going to be a no assist on the play. Double check to be sure. Yeah, breakaway shot, giveaway, and then breakaway. So no assists on the play. So Oshie gets his first goal of the season off of Boucher. So alright, so the face-off will go to, let's see, it's going to go over to Lino for the Flyers. And it looks like there's no penalty on the play. And he'll pass it over to Giroux. And he'll give a great pass over to the left defenseman O'Donnell, who will have a weak shot on that. And it's going to be blocked by McDonald. Didn't get much on that. And loose puck will go to Kolesiakovo. And be a line changes for both teams. 16 minutes left in the period. Pass over to Jansen. And he will pass it over to... Oh, he's going to be hit by Timonen. Timo Timonen. The Flyers. Nasty hit there. And... Briere will get the loose puck for the Flyers. And it'll be a forced dump in by Crombie. And there'll be a puck battle between Carter and Sobotka. And it looks like Carter's going to win the battle for the Flyers. He'll pass it over to Mazzaros. And he'll get a shot off on Halak. And it'll be saved and held. Alright, face off in the Blues end. And Carter's been kicked out for the Flyers. And Briere will take over the face off for the Flyers. And this time, Sobotka is going to get kicked out for the Blues. And it'll be Crombie. And here we go, the merry-go-round of getting kicked out of the face-off. As Briere gets kicked out. And Hartnell will take over. And this time it's going to be... Hartnell will win the face-off, and he will pass it over to Briere. He'll get a shot 2 on the net, so medium shot, almost medium shot, and it's going to be an 18. So it's going to be go wide, deflected by Pietrangelo. Let's see here, and it looks like Pietrangelo is going to win the loose puck battle. No, not quite a penalty on Briere. So Jansen will get the puck for the Blues, and he'll pass it up. The line changes first. So Kola Alcovo. Well, let's see. He'll pass it over to the center Steen. No penalty on the play. And he'll give it away. And Shelley will get it for the Flyers, but there's no breakaway on it. He'll take it up the ice. Pass it over to Bartulis. And he will pass it over to O'Donnell. Turn will pass it over to, oh, it looks like there's going to be a delayed penalty on Brewer for the Blues. Let's see here. And since this is going to be a pass. Alright, so let's just see what the penalty is. Brewer 30. 37. Above a 30, so it'll be a minor on Brewer. So Brewer will go to the penalty box, and the Flyers will be on a power play. It's going to be a tripping penalty, and there'll be no misconduct. 2 minutes for tripping for Brewer. Alright, 12 minutes and 40 seconds left in the period. Blues and the Flyers are on the power play, down by a goal. Here's the face-off. It's going to be won by Betts for the Flyers. He'll pass it over to, ooh, looks like there's going to be another penalty. Delayed penalty on D'Agostino. And meanwhile, Carasillo will get a shot off on net. And it's going to be saved by Halak. And change possession will resolve the penalty here. There'll be a stoppage of play. So the penalty is 19. So it'll be a minor. It's going to be a minor for hooking, and no misconduct on the play. So two men in the box for the Blues. And I'll have a 2-man advantage for a minute and 40 seconds. Alright, so great opportunity for Philly to tie it. So here's the face-off. It's going to be won by Betts for the Flyers. And it's going to go over to Bartulis. The line changes. They should have 2 men in the box, so they will now. Okay. Oh my goodness. And it's going to be a penalty to the left defenseman, delayed penalty. Wow, St. Louis is really getting themselves in hot water here. However, before that, Richards for the Flyers is going to get a great shot off on net. And it's going to be saved and held by Halak. So Jackman comes into the box. Oh, actually, hold on. Jackman. Alright, so let's resolve the penalty here. And let's see, 9. It's going to be a minor. And no misconduct, or else that probably would have been. So 3 men in the penalty box. Don't know if you can put 3 men in the penalty box. We're going to try. I don't know if you can do this. I think you can only put two men in the be down by 2, but we'll try this. Sorry, here's the face-off. Apparently you can. It's a 3-man advantage for the Flyers. And let's see, so it's going to be a 9, 6, so power play team will get that. So Carter will get the win the face-off. Sorry for the break in the action there. So alright, so we have a 5-on-2 power play. If anybody knows if this is something legal I can do, then let me know. If not, I'm just going to go ahead with it. Apparently the game is letting me do it, so I'm just going to get the face-off here. So the face-off is going to go to the right defenseman for the power play. So it's going to go to... let's see. It's going to go over to Richards. And he will pass it over to... Should have an excellent opportunity at a goal here. Alright, sorry about that. Just had to handle something there. So, alright, so... Let's see, pass is going to be over to the right winger, Briere. Nobody left to give a penalty for. And it's going to be a great assist pass over to... Let's see, over to Richards. We'll get a shot off on net. And it's going to be held by Halak. So he saves it and holds on. So, alright, so here's the face-off. Face-off's going to go over to the Flyers. It's going to go over to Giroux. And he is going to pass it over to... Just going to come around and go to him again. And he will get a shot off on that, a weak shot. Shouldn't be taking any weak shots when it's 5-on-2 though. And they'll be saved by Halak. Leaves it over for Clement. Pass it over to the only guy he can pass it to. Nobody on the left defense, so it's just gonna... The hit is gonna take place because of that. And it's gonna go to the home right winger, Backus. And one of the penalties is over, so now it's a 5-on-3. So we'll bring one of these guys back in. Oops, because we can't right now. So the pass is going to go over to the left defenseman. Go over to him actually. So it's going to be a forced dump in. And puck battle, offensive center. So the Carter will win it for the Flyers. Second penalty is over. All the penalties are going to be over in a second. So time is running down on the Philadelphia power play. Unable to capitalize on a 5-on-2. And it's going to be Richards is going to pass it over to. Penalty is over here. Line changes. So back at even strength as Philadelphia is unable to capitalize on a golden opportunity there. Mr. Brody is really upset about that. Yeah, I know, Mr. Brody. So puck's gonna go over to Van Riesmick. And he'll get a weak shot off on net. Ooh, almost a penalty there. 16, 15. Nope, so no penalty. Pretty close with that 15 there on Jansen, but not quite. And he will get a shot off on Halak. And it's going to be saved and held. So the Flyers are out shooting the Blues by 7-2, but St. Louis is up by a score of 1-0. So here's the faceoff. So the faceoff's going to be won by Philadelphia. It's going to go over to the left winger, Van Riemsdyk. Yeah, Mr. Brody's got a lot to say about that. And it's going to be a delayed penalty on Jackman. Mr. Brody saw that penalty coming up. Ooh. A delayed penalty there. Pass to the center. Pow. And he's going to give himself a great shot here. Great opportunity for the Flyers to tie it up. And, ooh, just misses it. But there's a rebound. Halak makes a save. And let's see here. So which one is offense here? It's going to be... So there'll be defense here. So offense is going to be... So it's going to... Won by Jackman. And that'll be the delayed penalty, so stoppage of play with the change of possession. So let's see what the penalty on Jackman is. 12. It's going to be a minor. So a minor on Jackman for holding. Possible misconduct, and it's going to be a misconduct also on the play. So a 10-minute and possible matching penalty. Is that a match right here? Does that mean he gets a match 30? No, I think that's going to be here. Well, actually, that would be. Yeah, matching penalty. And wait a second here. And a misconduct on that too. All right, this keeps going on and on here. Yeah, I think we gotta. Yeah, okay. Alright, so just get the double minor there and misconduct. So, once again, the Flyers will be on a power play, 4-minute power play here, so a great opportunity for them to score. Alright, so here's the face-off. Elizabeth gets kicked out. So it looks like Jaroslav is going to come in to the face-off for the Flyers. Oh, man. Another one of these things. And he'll be kicked out of this one. Now it's going to be... Oh, you can't go back into Van Riemsdyk. So Van Riemsdyk and Sabatka. So it looks like the pass is going to be won by Sabatka. And he'll pass it over to Crombie. No penalty on the play. And then he'll pass it over. It's going to be a takeaway by Poe. And going to be a shot by Timmerin. Shot on goal on Halak. And 64, which is going to be saved and held by Halak again. So Halak has definitely kept St. Louis with the lead there. Despite a great opportunities by Philadelphia, he's fended them off. So here's the face-off. 3 minutes left on the penalty. To Jackman. And it looks like Sabatka's going to win the face-off. And let's see. Well, left defenseman cannot win it here. So I'm just going to say that the Timurin's going to win it. And the line changes here. Jackman's got to come off of here. So Pietrangelo will come in. And let's see. Pass to the right defenseman, Richards. And he's going to pass it over to Giroux, the left winger. And it's going to be a forced dump in by Backus. And goalie's going to recover it and leave it for Brewer. And he will pass it over to Backus. And he will pass it over to Brewer. And he will ice it. Just a minute 20 seconds left on the penalty. Pass goes over to Richards. And he'll take a shot on that. Oh, it's forced dump in by Pietrangelo. And the goalie's going to cover it up for a face-off. So Halak will cover it up. Alright, so the face-off is going to go to Philadelphia. It's going to go over to Rear. And be taken away by Pietrangelo. Line changes. It goes over to Oshie. He's got the only goal of the game so far. And he is going to give it away. And Van Riemsdyk will get it from the Flyers. He'll come down the ice. And he will get forced dump in by Pietrangelo. And Pollock will get it for the Blues. And he'll pass to the center. He's not there, so it's defended by Lino. And it's going to go to the Backus will get it for the Blues. And it's going to be intercepted by, so 4 and 1 is fine because there's a penalty. Actually, there's no penalty now. Technically, there shouldn't be a penalty because it's gone below the 10 minutes. This is the misconduct. So either way, though, I think it would have been a. So it's going to be Richards on defender. And pass is going to be over to Zaros. And he will pass it over to Lino. And he will give a great pass over to himself. Actually, no, it's going to be over to the left defenseman. And he'll give a weak shot on that. And it's going to be saved by Halak. He leaves it for the left defenseman, Pietrangelo. Line changes. And we're back at even strength. Jackman got 8 minutes and 40 seconds left on his misconduct penalty. 4 minutes left in the period. And it's going to be taken away by Coburn. And he'll be hit by Steen for the Blues. Loose puck. It's going to go to the Carl. And he'll be forced dumping in by Kovo. And Halak will recover it and leave it for Kolikovo. And pass is going to be over to D'Agostini, who will give a great pass over to the left defenseman. And he'll get a shot on that, Brewer. And the shot is going to be saved by Boucher. And he'll leave it for the right defenseman, Coburn. Coburn will pass it over to Liana. And he'll give a great pass over to Richards, the center. And he'll give a decent shot on that. He has a decent opportunity here on a Halak. And it's going to be blocked by Brewer. And loose puck will go to D'Agostini. And he'll give it away. And it's going to be a pass by Giroux for the Flyers. Line changes, both teams. No penalty on the play here. Betts will pass it over to Timonen. Timonen will pass it over to back to Betts. 1 minute left, and it'll be a takeaway by Johnson for the Blues. 1 minute left. And it's going to be defended by the Flyers. It's going to be pass is going to be intercepted by Mazzaros. And he's going to give a great pass over to Betts. We'll put a shot on goal. And it's going to be saved by Halak in a rebound. And Johnson will get it for the Blues. Get the loose puck. And it's going to be over to the left winger, Jansen. Give a weak shot on goal on that, and it's going to be saved by Boucher and held. And it'll be a face-off with just a few seconds left in the period. Face-off goes to Carciello, and that'll be the end of the period. So that's it. At the end of the first period, it's going to be St. Louis 1 and Philadelphia nothing. Let's take a look at the box score really quick. Not there. There we go. All right, so there's your box score. Shots on goal for the Flyers is going to be 11, and only 4 shots on goal for the St. Louis, but St. Louis does have the lead, 1-0. Isn't that exciting in there? Nobody with more than 1 shot for St. Louis, and 3 people with 2 shots on goal. And TJ Oshie has the only goal of the game. So that is it. The first period, and we'll see you in the second period. Oh, welcome back to period 2 of the game between the 2010-11 Philadelphia Flyers and the St. Louis Blues. The St. Louis Blues lead after the first period 1-0. Let's change the lines here and start the second period. Alright, so let's see. So it looks like Barrett Jackson is still out on the misconduct penalty. So we'll replace him. Alright, let's have the face-off. Referee drops the puck. And the face-off's going to be won by the Flyers. It's going to go out to O'Donnell. O'Donnell is going to pass it over to Partulis. And he'll pass it over to Van Riemsdyk. And let's see. He is going to give a great pass over to center Pau. Poe. Sorry, Poe. And he will get a shot on that. And it's going to be a 17, which is going to be saved by Halak. And it'll be a rebound. Rebound's going to go out to boys. And it's going to be a hit by Poe. Loose puck. I think it's going to go to O'Donnell for the Flyers. And he's going to pass it over to the center, Poe. And he's going to pass it. Oh, there'll be line changes. Pass it over to Mazzaros. Who's going to be hit by Johnson. I need to get a photo for him, huh? Alrighty, we're all fixed now. Johnson's got a photo. Should appear on the next pass to him. And it's going to be a loose puck. It's going to go to Berglund. And he'll pass it over to... Let's see. It's going to be intercepted by Timonen. And it's going to be a loose puck on the hit by Brackus. Another loose puck. And let's see here. It's going to go over to the Mazzaros for the Flyers. And he'll be hit by Clement, but not hard enough. Still on the puck. Mazzaros will pass it over to... Looks like it's going to be a... intercepted by Johnson. There you go. Got a photo of him now. And he is going to pass it over to the center, Berglund, who give a great pass to the right wing, Backus. And he will take a great shot on net. So a great opportunity now for the St. Louis to go up 2-0. And no. It's going to be saved by Halak. He'll leave it for Pollock. So it'll be a line change now. And let's see. It's going to be passed over to Pollock. He'll pass it over to... back to Oshie, was the only goal in the game. He'll get off a weak shot on that. And it'll be saved and held by Boucher. Sorry. Alrighty. And it is Brian Boucher. French. The R is not pronounced. And he is from Woonsocket, Rhode Island, which I lived really close to there at one time. Actually, don't live that far away, up in Massachusetts now. So, Boucher makes the save, and he holds on to it. Face off to his right. Face off is going to go to the St. Louis. And it's going to go over to Oshie. We'll pass it over to... Oh, he's going to be hit by Carcillo. See, Carcillo does a lot of hitting, a lot of fighting too. And loose puck is going to go to McDonald. Penalty is on the misconduct is over now. It's going to go over to Polak for the Blues. And no 20s there, so there's no penalty on the play. And Polak will pass it over to... He'll pass it over to Berglund. and passes it out. It's going to be line changes for both teams. It's going to be hit off the puck by Richards. And it's going to be Jackman will come down with it. Fresh off of his misconduct penalty. It's the loose puck. Pass it over to Pietrangelo. And he'll give it up. And it's going to be a breakaway by Liano. He's got a good shot on net, and it's going to be saved and held by Halak. It's a great opportunity by the Flyers to tie it up. They've had several opportunities, but have yet to capitalize. Outshooting the Blues 14-5. 13 minutes and 40 seconds left in the second period. And we'll have a face-off. So McDonald gets kicked out of the face-off. And Oshie will take his place. And let's see. Tie, so Pietrangelo will pass it over to Jackman. He gives a weak shot on net. And it's going to be saved and held by Boucher. Alright, face off to the left of Boucher. Alright, face off's won by the Flyers. It's going to go over to Giroux. And it'll be forced dumping by McDonald. And it'll be a puck battle. And it's going to be won by Pietrangelo. And he'll pass it over to McDonald. There's a shot on net. And Boucher makes the save, and there'll be a rebound. McDonald will get the loose puck. And he will put up another shot on net, and that's a good scoring opportunity here. And it'll be saved by Boucher again. And Boucher dumps it off to Giroux. And it'll be a takeaway by Oshie. Line changes for both teams. Pass it over to Brewer. Oh, it's going to be taken away though by Carter. And he will get a shot off on net. And it's going to be saved by Halak and a rebound. It's going to go over to Clement for the Blues. And it's going to be a delayed penalty on Hartnell. Let's see, 23. And change the pass here, so it's going to be a stoppage of play, and we'll see what the penalty is on Hartnell. Alright. So 34. Let's see that. 34 plus the highest opponent. I know there's probably another thing there. I just didn't see it because I thought the penalty would come up over here. So 34 plus the highest opponent. So I didn't see what the other one was, so it's no big deal. Let's see. So 34 would be the minor plus the highest opponent, which is going to be Bacchus. Be a minor for charging. Possible misconduct, and be a misconduct on this too. Match, I think that's going to be on the inside there, so no, I don't think there's any matching there. But Bacchus gets the penalty also. And get a minor. So offsetting penalties here. Hartnell with a misconduct also. Alright, so we'll have a face-off. Carter will be kicked out for the Flyers. Briere takes his place. Get the face-off here. Let's see. Berglund for the Blues will win it. However, there's no right wing, so Briere is going to intercept it. And be taken away by Koliakovo. And it's going to pass over to the right wing. There is no right wing, so it's going to be a forced up by the right wing and left wing there. So, oh boy. So it's that's going to be a loose puck, we'll call it. And it's going to be a home right defenseman will get it. We'll call it Koliakovo. And pass is going to be over to the left winger, McClement. And you'll get a shot off on net. And it'll be saved and held by Boucher. St. Louis has got a few more shots now near in the second period, almost halfway through. They're starting to get more even. It'll be a face-off. It's going to be won by the St. Louis. By Philadelphia. It's going to go over to Briere. And it'll be line change for both teams. And the pass is going to go over to Richards. And he'll give it away. And Boyce is going to be on the breakaway for St. Louis. Great opportunity here to go up 2-0. And the shot is going to be a goal by Boyce. Not boys to men. Boyce. So alright, so St. Louis goes up 2-0 halfway through the second period. See if there's an assist on the play. I believe there was. Let's see. No, actually, there isn't, because there's a breakaway. Breakaway goal by Boyce. So another unassisted goal. And St. Louis goes up 2-0. Alright, so face off. So St. Louis had been putting the pressure on and finally got another one to go. On Boucher. McDonald will win the face-off for the Blues. No, actually, sorry, he won't. Richards will win the face-off for the Flyers. He's going to go to O'Donnell. We'll pass it over to Partulis. And he'll pass it over to... Oh, he's going to be hit by Oshie. A loose puck. Jackman's going to come away with it. And the penalty is over. Now just the misconduct to Hartnell. Line changes. Taken away by Mazzaros. Pass it over to Timonen. He's going to have a scoring opportunity here on Halak. And it's going to be a shot. Oh, and just misses. Going to be saved by Halak. And it's going to be a rebound. And Timonen's going to come away with the rebound and put up another shot. And it's going to be saved again by Halak and the rebound. And this time Backus comes away with it for the Blues. Going to be hit off the puck by Zerdev. And it's going to be a loose puck. And Halak will come away with it for the St. Louis. Line changes again. And let's see here. Pass it over to Brewer. Gonna take a shot. And it's gonna be saved and held by Boucher. 8 minutes left in the second period with St. Louis up 2-0 over Philadelphia. Here's the face-off. Referee drops the puck. And Flyers will win the face-off. Goes over to Coburn. He'll pass it over to Briere. He'll pass it over to Carter, who takes a shot, and it's going to be blocked by Brewer. And a loose puck's going to go to Oshie, and he'll pass it over to McDonald. And he'll get a good shot on net here, and it's going to be a goal by McDonald. Nope, there's no block here, so it's going to be a goal. It's going to be good. So St. Louis goes up 3-0 now with 7 minutes left in the second period. And let's check the see if there's any assist. I think there is on this one. McDonald, Oshie controls the loose puck. Yeah. Block shot by Brewer. Controls the loose puck. Yeah, so Brewer won't get an assist, but Oshie will get an assist on this, so he's got a goal and an assist now. I don't believe Brewer gets an assist there because it was a loose puck after he yeah, so I don't think that would be. Alright, so 3-0 lead now for St. Louis. And here's the faceoff. Faceoff is controlled by Philadelphia. They won the majority of the faceoffs. Seems like that, anyway. So it's going to go over to Coburn. And it's going to be forced dump in by McDonald. Philadelphia is the offense, so they'll win the loose puck. Carter wins it. Pass it over to Briere. And, ooh, looks like here's a great opportunity for Philadelphia as Briere gets an awesome shot on goal against Halak. And, ooh, just misses. 25 would have been a goal, but 30, so it's just saved by Halak and a rebound. Brewer's going to come away with it for the Blues and get the loose puck. Line changes. And no, it's going to be a takeaway. And it's going to go over to Diagnosti. We'll put a shot on that. Saved by Boucher. Here's a rebound. Goes over to Carcillo. And he'll be hit by Agostini. And a possible injury here. Let's check the injury chart. Let's see here. So 13 is the Halak's number here, which is less than 37. 13. It's going to be, he's going to be out for the shift. Halak's going to have to come out. face-off here. So the face-off will go to the one by Philadelphia once again. Betts will pass it over to O'Donnell. Pass it over to Carcillo. Turn passes it over to Shelley. It's going to be an interception here. Johnson will come away with the interception for the Blues. And he's going to be immediately hit by O'Donnell, causing a loose puck. Just going to go to Shelley for the Flyers. Line changes for both teams. It's going to go over to Timonen. We'll pass it over to... Actually, he's going to keep it. And he's going to give a great pass over to Mazzaros. Put a weak shot on net. And it's going to be saved and held by Halak. So Halak playing a great game in goal to stop all 19 shots by the Flyers. Pitching a shutout so far. 3 minutes and 40 seconds left in the second period. Donald will win the face-off. Puck goes over to Koliakovo. And he's going to go over to Boys. Has one goal in the game. And he's going to give a great pass over to the left wing Oshie. And he'll give a great shot on net. And it's going to be saved by Boucher. And I'll go out to the center at Carter. And let's see here. It's going to go out to the left wing Giro. He'll give a great pass over to Timonen. He'll give a weak shot on that. Didn't really have a chance on that one. And it's going to be forced wide by McDonald for the Blues. Puck goes over to Boyes. And he'll give a weak shot on Boucher. It's going to be an easy save. Use it for the right wing Briere. And it's going to be intercepted by St. Louis. Donald's going to get it. Line changes. Pietrangelo. He's going to get it, and he's going to give a great pass over to Jackman, who isn't much of a shot. He puts a weak shot on that. It's going to be forced wide by Richards. It's going to be a loose puck, which is going to be retrieved by Giroux. We'll pass it over to Lino. Passes it over to Richards. We'll pass it over to Lino. Better hurry up and take a shot, and it's going to be taken away by Winchester. So too much passing by Philadelphia. And that's the end of the second period. Let's take a look here. Not there. Whoops. There we go. That's what we wanted. I'm just curious, the shots on, the face-off wins. Let's see. Shots are in goal, saves, penalty minutes. Here's the face-off. Where are the face-off wins? Hits, assists, power play, shots on goal, giveaways, interceptions. I thought there was a face-off wins stat. Oh, here it is, right here. 83% Philadelphia's won. Yeah, it seemed like they were winning just about every face-off, and they did. So Philadelphia is dominating in the face-off wins, and however, St. Louis is dominating on the scoreboard. So Donald, Oshie, and Boyes each have a goal, and just one assist of Ryoshi. Alright, we start the third period with St. Louis up by a score of 3-0 over the Philadelphia. Here's the face-off. Hartnell still got 20 seconds left on his misconduct penalty. Face-offs won by the Flyers once again, who have won 83% of the face-offs. Yeah, are losing 3-0. So it's going to go over to the left wing, Van Riemsdyk. And it's going to go over to Poe. Nope, it's going to be intercepted by Johnson. And it's going to be out in the misconduct penalty, the Hartnell. Line changes for both teams. Go to McDonald for the St. Louis, and he will pass it over to, let's see, the right defenseman Pietrangelo, and he will give a great pass over to the center McDonald, who will put a shot on net. And it's going to be saved by Boucher and a rebound. It's going to go up to Carle. And it'll be taken away by Jackman for the Blues. And Carle forces a dump in. And home team will get that, the loose puck. McDonald will get the loose puck. Line changes for both teams. And pretty soon Philadelphia is probably going to start doing, let's see here. I didn't realize there we go. Just cutting off the bottom there. Alright, so it's going to go over to the left defenseman Brewer. We'll pass it over to Kolakova. And he will pass it over to, oh, looks like Mazzaros is going to give a good hit on him. Causes a loose puck. And it's going to be won by Steen. And he's going to pass it over to Kolakovo. We'll pass it over to Winchester, but it's going to be intercepted by Shelley. However, Winchester takes it right back for the Blues. Line changes for both teams. So Oshie has it now. He's going to put a shot on net. And it's going to be saved by Boucher. A rebound's going to go out to Carle for the Flyers. And And Carly's going to give a great pass over to Jaro. We'll put a shot on that. And it's going to be held by Halak. Pops out of his glove, but he catches it. Alright, so I think we're going to go, Philadelphia's going to get a little more aggressive here. Philadelphia's going to have more forecheckers. Physical play is going to go higher. St. Louis is going to go down on the forecheckers, and they're going to have low physical play. So, alright, so Philadelphia's going to attempt to get back into this game with a little more physical play. Here's the face-off outside of Halak. Trying to put a little pressure on. It's going to go out to the... It's going to be won by Philadelphia, of course. It's going to go out to the right defenseman, Coburn. And... going to go over to Carly. We'll pass it over to... He's going to pass it over to Lieno. He will give it away. So we're going to have to pay attention to this third box now that we're using the forechecking and the physical play. It's going to be no breakaway for Boyes. We'll pass it okay. So forechecker, offense. So this is the offense. So St. Louis is on offense. And 0 or 1. Forechecker 0 or 1, then no assist. So there's going to be no assist pass on this. Well, there wasn't an assist on it anyway. Alright, so offense 0, then no assist. Okay. However, it's going to get a good shot off. It's going to be a... Wasn't an assist pass to him. Not just a regular pass, okay. So it's going to be a great shot by Boyes on Boucher. And it's going to be a goal. So Boyes gets his second goal of the day. So the Philadelphia increased physical play and forechecking has the opposite effect as Boyes gets his second goal of the day. St. Louis goes up 4-0. So commanding lead now for the Blues. Philadelphia is singing the blues right now. So let's see if there's any... No, that's not what I want. So let's see if there's any assists on the play. On the goal. And pass giveaway. Nope, it's going to be giveaway and Boyes gets it. So... Yep. Boyes gets his second goal of the day, like we said. Alright, so let's go keep the physical forecheckers and physical play high. St. Louis is going to back off a bit. Okay. So, alright, so here's the face-off after the goal. Once again, won by Philadelphia. Over line changes. There's a quick line change there. Over to Timonen. Pass it over to Briere. And he'll give it away. So it's no. So Crombeen has it now. He'll pass it over to Sabatka. Defense, let's see. Defense. No, they have more forecheckers and everything, so it's not a 0-1. So it's going to be not a forced dump in, but it's going to be a pass by Sabatka. And it's going to be now it's going to be forced dump in by HARTNELL. We have puck battle, And who's going to win this one? It looks like it's going to be Timonen's going to win it easily. He's going to pass it over to Hartnell. And he'll give it away. So Philadelphia cannot seem to generate any scoring opportunities when they've been handed to them. They had a 5-on-2 at one point, and they've had a couple of different power plays and haven't been able to capitalize. It's going to be no breakaway, but Sabatka has it for the Blues. And he will pass it over to Kolakovo. And line changes. So Steen is now the center for the Blues. And he will give it away. And Jaroslav comes down the ice for the Flyers. He'll pass it over to Poe. And he'll put a shot on net. And it's going to be a save by Halak once again. And he'll hold on to it. So face off to the left side of Halak. St. Louis up by a score of 4-0, 11 minutes and 40 seconds left in the game. So time is running out quickly for the Flyers. Let's see. So face-off will be won by Philadelphia, of course. Tulis will have it now. We'll pass it over to Van Riemsdyk. And he'll get a great shot on net. It's a great scoring opportunity now for the Flyers. And oh man, it would have been a goal, but it was deflected by DiAgostini. Wide shot if defensive right wing is greater than or equal to 1, and it's a 2. So a great scoring opportunity for Philadelphia. It goes by the boards once again. That was about the best they've had in the whole game. But they're unable to score. St. Louis has played a virtually flawless game. So loose puck. And it's going to go to Van Riemsdyk. And let's see. The defense physical is low. It is. And no penalties. There's going to be no penalty on the play, as the defense is low. St. Louis is. The penalty is waved off. And O'Donnell is going to pass it over to, same thing here, over to Van Riemsdyk. We'll give a really good shot on net. Try to get Philadelphia in once again. And no, it's going to be saved by Halak. He leaves it for Jackman. Takes it up the ice. Passes it over to Steen. And he'll give a great pass over to Jackman. We'll put a weak shot on net. And that'll be a save by, and held by Boucher. 10 minutes and 20 seconds left in the game, with Philadelphia down by 4 goals. We have the face-off. So even the increased forechecking and physical play does not seem to be doing any good for the Flyers. This time, the Blues win a rare face-off. It's a tie and it's +9. So actually, it's +9. Neither team is lower than the other, so that gets waved off. So it's going to go to the home right wing. So it's going to go to DiAgostini. Line changes. And Brewer will get it. And he will pass it over to Jansen. He'll pass it over to Sabatka. And they're just passing it around, trying to kill some time here. he'll pass it over to Brewer. Ooh, give it away. So Jaro has it now. He'll pass it over to Lionel. Trying to work a shot here. And he'll put a shot on Halak. And it's going to be saved. And Sabatka will have it now. And Coburn's going to force a dump into the Flyer zone. And Coburn will come up with it for the Flyers. The loose puck. Line changes. Over to Zierdoff. We'll put a shot on net. Another save by Halak. Jackman, the left defenseman, comes out with it. Over to Pietrangelo. And he'll be hit by Van Riemsdyk. Causes another loose puck. Timonen comes up with it for the Flyers. Over to Van Riemsdyk. Gives a great pass over to Zierdoff. We'll put a shot on net. And it's going to be another save by Halak and a rebound. Mazaros comes up with the rebound. Puts another shot on net. And another save, and this time it's held by Halak. Philadelphia starting to put the pressure on a little bit. 7 minutes and 20 seconds left in the game. And the faceoff goes to St. Louis. Goes out to Oshie. Let's see, defensive forecheckers 3. It's going to be Philadelphia. Yep, they have 3 forecheckers. So they use pass number. So use the pass number, so it's 24. Yeah, so it's not going to be a dump in. Because of the extra forechecker. So Jackman will pass it over to Oshie. Oh, he's going to have a great scoring opportunity here. No, it's defended by Mazaros. This time there's no adjustment for the forecheckers. Otherwise, that would have been a excellent shot for Oshie. But Mazaros is able to force the dump in. Timonen's going to come away with a loose puck for the Flyers. Physical is low, so no, physical is high. But defense physical low, then no hit, so it's going to be no hit. So it's not going to be a loose puck. And it's going to be a pass over to Mazaros. Mazaros is going to pass it over to line changes. Over to Carly. Carly will give a weak shot on net. And the shot is 0 or 1, which it is. And oh, it's going to be a block shot because there's more men back. So that will be a block shot by Berglund. So a loose puck goes to Berglund. And it's going to pass it to Backus. Oh, it's going to be a delayed penalty on Hartnell, though. So it's going to be a... So Backus is going to get a weak shot off. And it's going to be a save and a rebound by Boucher. And Carly's going to come up with it. So on the change possession... See what the penalty is on Hartnell. And it's going to be, ooh, 32 is going to be a He's a 29, so it falls in that range. It's going to be a double minor. So a double minor on Hartnell. So Philadelphia cannot afford that with only 5 minutes and 20 seconds left. They'll be short-handed for all of the game, but a minute and 20 seconds. So that pretty much is going to wrap it up there. That's going to be the final nail in the coffin for the Flyers, as Hartnell goes to the penalty box on a double minor. And it's going to be a double minor. It's going to be on hooking, and I don't think there was a misconduct. Not that it makes that much of a difference anyway. So anyway, all right. So with 5 minutes and 20 seconds left in the game, that's pretty much going to be it. Keep the physical in this high. We'll see what we can generate here anyway. So here's the face-off. Philadelphia still manages to win the face-off. Rear will get it. And forecheckers offense is 3. And pass. Pass. No, it's not going to be a pass, it's going to be a shot. So it's going to be a short-handed goal opportunity for Briere. And this shot is going to be 29, so it's going to be a save by Halak, and the rebound is going to be taken by Berglund for the Blues. Pass it over to Brewer, but it's going to be taken away by Carter. Line changes. And oh man, there's no center, so I'm going to have to do one of these. So loose puck. It's going to be offensive right wing. There's no offensive right wing. Who's the last to have the puck? Take away by Carter, so Philadelphia is the last. Philadelphia will be the offense. Philadelphia is going to be the right winger. So it's going to be Poe against the left defenseman. So 6 and 4. 6. So he's going to. Petrangelo is going to get it for the Blues. And he'll pass it over to Steen, and he'll give it away, and no breakaway there, so Poe has it. Pass it over to Timonen, and he'll ice it. No penalty there, and Backus will come up with it, and he'll pass it over to Oh, it'll be taken away by Coburn. No center, so it will be a takeaway by Pietrangelo. Would have been anyway. And he'll pass it over to Backus. It'll be a takeaway by Betts. So Philadelphia still battling. Still down by 4 though. Passes over to Giroux. And give a shot on net. Short-handed goal opportunity here. It's going to be an easy save by Halak. He'll leave it for Boys. Pass it. He'll actually take a shot. And oh, just misses a goal as Boucher gets just a piece of it. And the rebound's going to go to no defensive center. Well, there is no defensive center. So I'm going to go with the offensive center. However, let's go with a pass here, I guess. Not sure exactly what we're supposed to do on that one. And he will get, Over to Johnson. We'll give a weak shot. And it's going to be a weak shot. Thank goodness, because it would have been a goal if it was at least a 1, but it's not. So Boucher makes an easy save. And it's going to be a rebound. And Jaro comes up with the loose puck. Alright, back to even strength here. So we're going to pull our goalie here. It makes that much of a difference, but select their extra skater. Not that it makes that much of a difference, but somebody with a 5 ability if you can. Zaros a little bit. These are our best bet so far. Jaro definitely. I think 1 to 15, 1 to 10. Alright. 20 to a shot 4. I think he's still higher though, like a shot 4, so Jaro is still higher. 26 and 17. 5. 22. It's not a power play though, so 26 is still the highest. Go Hartnell. 26, 31 and 23. 34. He's higher. So we're going to give it to Van Riemsdyk. So we'll bring him as the extra skater. Pass is going to go over to O'Donnell. No penalty there, I don't think. No. He's going to pass it over to four checkers are 3 for Philadelphia, so four checker offense 3. Pass is 32, which is a pass, so it's going to be an assist pass here. And O'Donnell over to Betts, and he'll shoot it, and there'll be a save and be held by Halak. Here's the faceoff. 40 seconds left in the game. So again, no, this time St. Louis has got to win the face-off, and they needed it most. Philadelphia cannot win the face-off. It's going to go out to Winchester. Pass it over to Steen. Basically trying to play keep away now, and he'll ice it. And it's going to be a forced dump in by Steen. Johnson will chase it down. And that's going to be the end of the period and the end of the game. So let's look at the stars of the game, as we can see nothing. We'll have to look at the scorebook, as the stars of the game end up being, that's it. That's it. They're just stars. Let's see if the they'll show the stars of the game inside the box score. So yeah, St. Louis ends up winning by a score of 4-0. I think they won in a shootout. Check here. I believe St. Louis won in a shootout by a score of 2-1. I think that was the final score. Let's check the box score here. Yeah, St. Louis won in a shootout, 2-1. So these are the goals of the game. So I imagine that Brad Boyce, he's going to probably be the player of the game with 2 goals. Star number 1. Star number 2 is probably going to be Oshie. Actually no. I think star number 2 is probably going to be Halak. star number 3 would be Oshie. I think that's where they would go. That's my guess. Could be wrong in the order. Goalie could be Halak, could be first. Let's save our stats here. Check our box score. So alright, let's see if they have the players of the game. I know it's on one of these charts here somewhere. So 78% of the face-offs were won by Philadelphia, yet they lose 4-0. Halak was a perfect 29 for 29 and saves. So 100% there. Boucher was 82%. 18 out of 22. Donald had 4 shots on goal, so did Oshie. And Royce had 4, 2 of them went in. These are the rest of your stats here. Let's see, shorthanded goals. Power play goals and no shorthanding goals for either team. Let's get a save. I think it does. You know, I think I'm maybe thinking of another sport. I don't know if they have the. I thought they would have the players of the game here, too, the stars of the game. That was your scoring summary there. Your penalties. First period, a ton of penalties, all by St. Louis. Wow. With all those St. Louis penalties. I think I might have made a little mess up on. Yeah, I don't think those last 2 right here were good. But anyway, it didn't seem to help Philadelphia. They still could not score. And some of these were offsetting penalties. So yeah, I guess there is no I was almost positive they put players of the game on here, but I guess they don't. So alright, so that's your final box score here as St. Louis beats Philadelphia, shuts them out, shutout for Halak, and they win it by a score of 4-0. So thank you for joining us. It's been Eric from Higher Ground Gaming. And we'll see you in the next Inside the Crease hockey replay of the 2010-11 season. So take care and God bless. Bye-bye.